what kind of forms, what kind of process, what kind of, do we know specifically, like, say that I were to apply for this, what are the documents that I need to put together? Or do we know to some to an extent what kind of documents I need to put together? There's a question here about costs. I know that when you and I talk about DACA, we often talk about, how much of an impact $400, $500 weighs on a family, and that's just the application fee, not considering that you may have to also hire an attorney. So in terms of like documentation, costs, do we know what to expect?
We have some really good educated guesses, and I think it's important to give those to folks, right? Because if you are a person or your loved one is in this category, you want to apply as quickly as possible. So here are our educated guesses. We know that you're going to have to show proof of marriage. So that's a good document to gather up. Get that marriage certificate, get whatever you have. You're going to need to prove that. So marriage to a U.S. citizen, you're going to need to get the marriage document and the proof of your citizenship for your spouse, right? So those are obvious. In addition, the White House has been clear in kind of their press releases that you need to have been in the United States for 10 years. So, and we've run this drill, right? Like DACA recipients know they had to show continuous residence in the United States for 5 years prior to the announcement of DACA, right? So you want to find the handiest documents in your name to show that you've been here for at least 10 years. Sometimes this is your lease. Sometimes this is utility bills in your names. Sometimes this is a transcript if you went to a school for multiple years, right? Like, so start thinking, what are the documents where I can show for each of these 10 years that I was in the United States? You don't need to have been at the same address. Don't worry about that. You're just trying to show United States. So those are some things that I would gather. And then on fees and on the form, we don't know yet, but we can make an educated guess, right? The words are parole in place. So there's a form out there for advanced parole. Like, you get it, kind of like sounds like parole. So, I would take a gander at the advanced parole form, which is the I-131, and ignore the questions that are specific to DACA, which is like a whole page, and be like, okay, how would I answer these? And then I would say, well, we're guessing here, educated guess, it costs $630 to apply for advanced parole. So I would ballpark guess that we would be looking at a similar fee to apply for parole in place.